Hi, hello friends, welcome back to the channel. So in this tutorial we are going to discuss the RESTful API parameters like query params and path params and where it is being used. So these are the query params and path params are most frequently used in RESTful API. Okay, so let's get started. Basically, this is the syntax of both query params and path param in two different types of framework. The one is Jersey, another one is RESTful API. Okay, so we have to annotate it with @path param in case of Jersey framework, @path variable in case of Spring Boot. Same like @query params in case of Jersey, @request param in case of RESTful API. Okay, so these are the two different syntaxes. For path param, we have this is, for example, we have a URL. That URL is http://segment. So now this segment variable we are passing by the syntax of after slash. So if you are setting the variable in this syntax, it is path variable. The same kind. If you want to pass the variable in a query params, basically query params is nothing but key value pair. Okay. So here you can able to see the question mark. The question mark is the segregator of the URL and the variable. So the variable param is nothing but a key, segment is nothing but a value. So if we want to add a few more data, what we have to do? We have to add and symbol after segment, and then we have to append few more variables also. So basically this is the very basic level params of RESTful API. So in next slide we are going to see one real-time sample of both path param and query params. Guys, so if you are new to the channel, please subscribe and like to the video. And then for better understanding, please check the description. We have the series of their videos, and then you can get a better idea of RESTful API. Okay, let's continue. So here this is the sample of path param variable. So here we have a Facebook URL. So the URL www.facebook.com/cooltechguys. Now how the UI is rendering, for example. So basically cooltechguys is nothing but our page name. Basically it's a identifier. Okay, so after .com, so based on the variable, for example cooltechguys, they will render the respective page. This is one. Just imagine how this works. In case of instead of cooltechguys, if some other page, some other value if you are passing, so respective page, it will be rendered in the screen. Why we are doing that way is in our requirement. So we have to pass just one identifier. That's it. Cooltechguys. Based on the identifier, respective page will be rendered, right? So here we need to pass any JSON parameters. So path param will be useful in this scenario. Okay. So next we will just discuss about request param sample. Okay, so now we have a YouTube URL. In that URL, we have a www.youtube.com/watch b is equal to value. Now here the question mark is a separator. So after that we have a key value pair. Here b is the key, egi, the remaining data is the value. So now the remaining data is representing your video content. So based on this key value pair, YouTube will render the respective video in the screen. Similarly, so if you want to render any other video, so you can able to see in the YouTube side, each and every video they will come up with different URL, different key value pair. So basically this is one kind of real-time sample of request or query parameters. Okay, so let's discuss about in a code. Basically we have a different conditions, different scenarios in both query params and path params. We will discuss directly in the source code. Guys, we have created sample RESTful API by using Spring Boot framework for better understanding of both query params and path params. If you have a question like how to create a RESTful API using Spring Boot, we have created in our first RESTful API tutorial. So the link is provided in the description and in the cards. You can check it out. So let's continue in this video. So we have a controller. The controller name is RESTful params controller. Here what we are doing is, so as discussed earlier, we have different conditions, right, for both query params and path params. So we are going to discuss one by one. So condition number 1. So we have a URL. The URL is nothing but get ID question mark ID is equal to value, name is equal to value. So our agenda is we have to receive this data in our program. So for that, what we have to do, this is syntax of query params, right? So we have to define as at request param value is equal to ID space string ID, nothing but, so this value is equal to ID is nothing but the key which is provided in the link. Okay, and then remaining string space ID is nothing but a variable. So we can provide any variable name. So ideally what will happen, whenever the link is landing to here, this ID, the value will be automatically mapped to this ID variable based on the declaration we have defined. So in another way, if we don't want to define the value is equal to ID, we can directly define like at request para string name. Name is nothing but the key which is provided in the URL. This is one scenario. Let's discuss about condition number 2. So now we have a parameter saying that required is equal to false, which is nothing but, so in our parameter, in our URL, if you are not defining the query params, if we have a requirement saying that query params is an optional field, based on our requirement, if either it is present or it no need to present. So in that scenario, we have to define required is equal to false. So now what will happen? So even though if you are not passing the ID is equal to value, that value won't be there in the ID it will hold a default null value. In another way, you can ask me one question. If we are not defining required is equal to true or false, how the program will behave? Ideally, in that scenario, by default, the program will expect the at request param value is equal to ID. It's nothing but the program will consider as a required is equal to true. So the program will throw error 400, basically the 400 status code, if the value which is present in the method level, it is not present in the URL. Basically, if I are not providing ID is equal to 123, so what will happen? The program will throw error saying that bad request. Okay, so let's discuss about condition number 3. In condition number 3, for example, so if you are defining default is equal to value, default is nothing but, so in that URL, even though if you are not passing the parameter, for example, we have defined request params equal to ID, ideally we have to pass it, right? If you are not passing also, the default value it will be loaded in the place of ID. Okay, for example, 1 2 3 4 5. So basically these are based on our requirement only, in which field we have to use which condition. Okay, let's discuss about condition number 4. So now we have a parameter, for example, ID is equal to 1 2 3 4. In that way, what it means is we are passing the value as a list of data. For example, we are passing list of strings. Here we have defined ID is equal to 1 2 3 4. What will happen? It will store the value 1 2 3. It will store in the ID. Basically, here we are defining the method as a array, method as a list. Okay, this is one of the condition. Now, so these are the some common conditions of query parameters. Now we will discuss about the path params example. Now, so we already discussed the syntax of path param. We have to define the value followed by the slash, basically the path. Okay, so now how to fetch this value in the code is we have to define the path params. Here, for example, the URL is here the value, we are passing only the value, right? We are not defining any key. So for that, the same pattern we have to define in the request mapping. For example, get details /ID. This ID is nothing but a variable. We can define any variable. So now that variable, it has to be passed to the path param of ID. So this ID and this ID has to be same. So now you can compare this field and this field. So now what will happen? The program, it will bind this 1 2 3 4 in the place of ID, and then it will be stored in the variable. Okay, and then what we can do, we can use it for our business logic. Here what we are doing is simply we are returning the same to the respective source. So this is one of the example of path param. So now you can ask me one question. So we should use only path params or query params in the URL. It's not like that. we can combinedly use both path param and query params in the same URL, even though if it is get request, even though if it is post request also. Let's discuss one example for post. So now we have, ideally, in case of post request, either we have to pass the JSON or we have to pass the XML, depends on our requirement. So for that, what we will do is, we will define the POJO, right? So for example, this is the POJO, student info. We have a city, state, country. Okay. So now, followed by what we are doing is, we are passing the variable also. We are passing at path variable of ID. We are passing the request param. So what it means is, this is the URL. The URL is holding the student ID and then student name, and then the remaining details, the address details, it is sending you by using the JSON structure. Okay. So this is one example of path param in case of post method. Okay. So now we will try to run this project, and then we will try to send the request from the postman, and we will discuss how it is behaving. So now we have started the project. So it is running the port as 9092. Okay. So let's try to run one scenario. The scenario number 1. So we have to pass this URL, right? So just defining the postman. What we are doing is, we are passing the query params as 1234, name as CTG. Just send. So now we are getting the result as student ID is equal to 1234 and value as CTG. It means like the request is landed to here, and then the respective value, it is automatically stored in the variable, and then we are returning. This is one sample. Okay. And so we'll try to run another sample. So basically we have so many samples, right? So we will try to run one path param sample. So here what we are doing is, we are passing one variable in the place of path, followed by slash. So let's try to put this URL. Yeah. So just try to run this project. We are getting the result as student ID is 1234. Nothing but the request is landed to the respective method, and then value is assigned to the respective variable, and then we are returning to the same. This is one of the examples. So now we'll try to run both path param and query param in the post method by using combine. Basically we are trying to send both options in a single method. Okay. So now we have sample. In the sample, we are passing the ID as 1234 as a path param, and then name as CTG as a variable. Okay. And then remaining address details we are passing as a JSON. So now we will try to run this project. Now we are getting as a success. It's nothing but one identifier. So now you can able to see we are getting null in the place of both city and state. We will check what is the error. So I think in the code what we missed is, we have to define this at student before as at request body, right? So basically we are passing the JSON. The JSON has to bind in the POJO object, so that we have to bind this method as at request body. So that is the problem. We are getting null. So let's try to run this project again. So the project is started. So now we'll try to post this message again. So yeah, so now you can able to see, so the request is landed into the method, and then we are getting both JSON value and then both query value and path value, basically the path parameter. Okay. Basically what I'm saying is, so we are getting the query parameters as well, the parameters as well, and the POJO details as well. Okay. So depends on our requirement, we can customize these query params and path params in different types. So basically these are the main idea of parameters in the RESTful. So in the next video we will discuss how to do the data validation. For example, if we have city, if we are passing null or empty in the request, how to validate it. So those validation we will discuss in the next video. So thanks for watching this videos, guys. Bye.